Hi, Libra. All right. Welcome to this space. Thank you so much for being here. Mercury and Venus. So, good time to talk about creative projects, I guess. Good time to talk about love. A good time to talk positively, right? You have information about something too, right? Some of that scares you. Some of that, you'll figure it out, or you already kind of even know what you're supposed to do with that information. And I feel like you're actually in a good position upon the path wherever you are. Like your both feet are on the ground, which is good. But it's almost as if I feel like there's something where really all you can do is either go forward, go backwards, or stay where you are. These are the three choices, but staying where you are in ways of like insecurity or indecision. I mean, no need for bolting anywhere, right? Too fast. But if you've been standing still for a while, if you've been in that in-between place, then just put one foot in front of the other, okay? Because you don't want to go backwards, right? You know what that is. Not that there wasn't beautiful parts back there, but yesterday is what do they say? Do not worry about the problems of today, or that isn't what they say, but I guess somebody just said that. Okay, so there's always issues every day, right? There's always some kind of issue. There's always some kind of thing that needs to be attended to. Sometimes they're bigger, sometimes they're smaller. I feel as if most of you here... What am I seeing? Well, the difficulty has become less. The difficulty becomes less. It's almost like your feet feel heavy. This is Pisces, right? Your feet feel heavy right now. So remember, again, just one step at a time. Take a step, make sure it's nice and solid. Move on to the next one. You know what I mean? Let's see what's in the heart of the matter, Libra. Oh, self-reliance. Beautiful. It says, I am a confident, capable, walking, talking, learning human. I practice total self-reliance every chance I get. Even if something's tough, I can probably do it. Even if something is new to me, I can probably figure it out. It says, or maybe I can just internet it. Oh. And no one needs to know that my self-reliance relies on the internet. So, shush. We talked about this last month a little bit, right? Everybody needs a little bit of, oh, I forgot about that one. Everybody needs a little bit of guidance now and again, right? Sometimes that comes through the internet. Sometimes that comes through a book. Sometimes it comes through the wind. Sometimes it comes through your enemy. Sometimes it comes through an animal, what have you. It's like, and sometimes it's directly from God, is what I see too. That one's specific. When has that happened, Libra, where you know it was like as if Spirit was talking directly to you and was like, hey, or hey, however, like where it was direct line of communication. If something's tough, you can handle it. If something's new, you can figure it out. That which, because, okay, so from what we've seen in this space, Libra particularly, ever since the North Node went through your sign, you've been working on your own, or were meant to be working on your own reliance of self, which basically meant loving yourself, right? Realizing a partner doesn't define you, your family doesn't define you, you define you, really, was the whole thing. And feeling confident about that. Now, of course, well, I suppose we all depend on spirit. But being too dependent upon people is complicated, but you know this, right? Learning machine. What are you learning right now? Or what do you feel confident about right now where you're like, yeah, I've learned a lot about that. What's that thing? What's that thing, Libra, that you've learned a lot about? That's not difficult anymore, right? Maybe this is where you did, like, I don't know, some sort of, how am I seeing this? When it's not difficult, then do it. When it is difficult, then ask for help. If for some reason you do not receive it in totality, you will still receive help, maybe even the way you want exactly, but you'll be able to figure it out. That's part of it, is right. You're exalted. Saturn is exalted in your sign, so you actually coming up against your own challenges and that which is a test to be like, can I do this? Can I put one foot in front of the other? Yep. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. But I guess the reason why you don't want to run on the path right now is as you go along, I almost saw where it makes algas. And so you don't want to zip too fast ahead because you may have two different exits or two additional options of where you could go if you wanted to. But you want to feel it out, right? Because maybe, do some of you feel like the path that you're walking on, it's like you've been here before or something, or there's something regular about it? Like, it's not necessarily difficult. Maybe it's the stress or the drama of something has gone away. Where I see, remember, if there's something really unhealthy, or the characters of people's character, then sometimes that can come back your way. So while there isn't things in the way, please put one foot in front of the other. I know this seems redundant, but let's see what he's looking at, smiling. Self-reliance, you received the card of sincerity. Who had Leo? Leo, Virgo, Aries. But Leo, this is your sextile, right? This is another conversation about art, about creativity, about creating, about love, about partnerships, connections with people. Sincere. Leo's reading will be very, very, very helpful. Let's see. Oh, there's a whole story in there. I'm going to open up your other cards. Oh, the card of potential. That hasn't come up this month. There's Psyche. She's been around a while. Clean slate. There's Scorpio. Okay. What are these shells called? If you can't see, it's like the Fibonacci sequence, sort of like when you split a snail in half. It shows the growth of something, right? Okay. Oh, interesting. Look at this, Libra. Okay, so you have this horse. So this is Jupiter energy to me, right? But it's a horse in the ocean. Then going into the ocean, right? And then obviously some sort of person dove to the bottom to retreat. They took their potential, that Jupiter energy, they took their blessings, right? And recognize them. They recognize their own power, right? This horsey is very strong. The ocean is very strong, right? You recognize the potential of your own strength and ability to do or to achieve, to go towards something, right? I'm going this way. Again, don't have to haul ass all the time, but having that excited inside of you and walking, you know what it reminds me of is like speed walking, where your legs are going slow, right? But your arms are going really fast. It's like the inside is that excited potential, but then the outside is very calm. Sometimes you need that little push to go. So you take your potential again, you get far enough out far enough away from something or to the place that you need to be, so you have space. And then you have to go down and find something. And I see that you find something. And now you can actually hold it in your hands. It's not just a potential, it's a reality. Okay, good. Now, for some of you, this scares you, how capable you have become, or hi baby. Maybe non-difficulty. Does non-difficulty intimidate you a little bit? Do you know what I mean? Say for instance your whole life felt like drama or tumultuous or whatever. There was always these like big waves, right? And then you finally get to a place of being like, oh, wait a second. I have so much control over most of my life and what I do and what I achieve and all this. And then you find some place where you're not afraid, for instance, to, I don't know, say goodbye or say hello or allow something new to come into your life or in the wind, let it blow. You know what I mean? Like there's a security again because there's a self-reliance. Okay, I see this fear, blank, there's something in here. This fear, I would like to wipe the slate clean about this. So again, Leo and Scorpio. The Sun and Pluto, right? Just a minute. This is Planets and Houses by Michael Munkasey, Kasey. And Robert Pelletier. Okay, let's see Pluto and the Sun. This is very good. This is the most inner place, the farthest out reaching place, right? The most within, the most without. Libra. Just a second. See, you've been here before. You already knew. Didn't we talk about this in the beginning? You have information. You basically know what it means. There's parts of that I think there's some assumption that you're like, okay, well, this could mean something negative, or this could be negative, but it's also like, all right, well, what's the positive, right? Keeping this, without it pulling you down to the bottom of the sea too much, you're kind of like, It's the swing. So you just come back to the center point. Let's see, Libra. Okay. It says, when you were young, there were people who cramped your style because they were having to concede with their own needs. But regardless, you continue to inspire them to achieve according to their own abilities, right? It's almost like loving thy enemy. Forgiving, right? It says you have a fairly strong desire nature, which often indicates enormous creative potential. Okay? I heard you have to believe in yourself. At times you may think that you will never receive the opportunity to be truly fulfilled in all aspects of your being. Be patient. For fulfillment will come when your more personal and mundane obligations like stress is diminished, right? Let's read that again. Be patient. For fulfillment will come when your more personal and mundane obligations to others diminish. Then you will turn your attention to the more subtle inner voices that suggest how much more there is to do before your destiny is fulfilled. Turn your attention to more subtle inner voices, for they will help suggest to you how much more there is to do before your destiny is fulfilled. And who are your close ties? Like, who are the people in your life that you feel are similarly inclined as you? Not necessarily exactly what you're doing, soup to nuts, but it's where they have the foundational or like baseline is the same. Do you know what I mean? I guess this also is about finding your own pack too. Okay. The self-reliance looking over at sincerity is interesting. Can you see a story, if you can see, in this handshaking card? It's someone saying thank you. Who taught you self-reliance? Who helped you to understand what that means, Libra? Because whoever that was, or whoever those people were, or are for some of you, I guess there's coming to some kind of place of smiling about that, because there must have been something difficult to push you into an uncomfortable place to learn an uncomfortable lesson at some point, right? Which means there is a bit of pain in there, but that means you can also wipe that clean so that whatever has been difficult in you accepting your own potential is no longer blocking you from being able to take that potential and make something become, right? Because potential, you love potential. You can see the potential in other people, right? Potential is the infinite possibility of what could be, right? But potential is not necessarily reality unless it is physically achieved. And whoever is involved in this equation must want, in and of themselves, they have to be able to see the potential, the person, right? They have to believe that that's real. They have to want to go towards that. And perhaps if some of you are in a situation where you're like, this person has a lot of potential, this situation has a lot of potential, I saw an abandoned house. It's like, this abandoned house has a lot of potential. Oh, it has good bones. It's like, sometimes that's a yes. Sometimes. But for dating, for any of the fundamental, like, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, I don't believe that this is a time that you have to put yourself in a difficult circumstance where you are absolutely starting from scratch in every way in your life. No, you're not supposed to do something extreme at this time. It would be more of taking what you have and then doing something a bit different with that. And again, if there's a place where it's like, well, what am I seeing? Well, I see the word but. But it's like, watch yourself when you're like, I love them, but I love this, but, because whatever the ladder is actually the foundation of something. And the top would be a potential. If it's too heavy on that potential side, you may have to be like, I'm sorry, no thank you. Okay? And that would ensure that as you go along, there's less difficulty upon the path, right? Which gives you more of an opening for you to imagine. Again, like, pay attention to what do you want to become? What do you want to become a reality, a physical reality? Maybe the beginning of this time frame, whenever you watch this, there could be a little bit of push and pull, but then all of a sudden you just decide, because you realize, well, I'm good, even if something's tough, I can probably do it, right? I can do it. Even if something's new, you can figure it out. If you don't have all the information, you have information that can help you to figure out another piece on how to go about it. But the important thing is that you stay confident. You recognize your own capability and your ability to be willing to learn, right? And then able to do. This gives more of that ability. Something about belief, right? I'd like you to imagine how you want your everyday life to be. Right? Regardless of how it feels right now. How would you, if you could imagine that your physical life could be, and it's a way of feeling too. How are you imagining your life? But it's not even necessarily these like big, huge things. It's more of a day-to-day. Like, how would you like to feel when you get up? How would you like to feel when you're at work? How would you like to feel about your family? How would you like to feel about the past when you're in this present moment? There's always a something right back there with that one. I know there's always a lot of questions in this space, but that's because you're the only one that can figure it out for yourself, right? Even if someone told you all the answers exactly to what you were meant to do, it doesn't matter. People figure it out for themselves, right? How would you like to feel when you are done with your day? How would you like to feel when you lay in your bed before you go to sleep? Right, about your day. Is there anything creative, again, that you would like to incorporate into your, like, fold into your everyday? You know? For some of you too, those of you who are strong Saturn or a lot of Earth, or you have that heavy responsibility, a little bit of this would be maybe you want to go over what you did every day to help you to realize how independent you are or how capable you are. Like, okay, I did this, because it depends. And I guess how, for some of you, it would be how could you allow others to be self-reliant? Huh. If the day-to-day seems too heavy, or it's a little bit complicated, I don't know if the energy is a little bit off, although the heart of the matter is very happy. You do have, there's a little cleaning here, because Psyche lines up with the difficulty that becomes non-difficult. So this is something in the soul becoming less sharp. It's also, I'm seeing the word new. It's like allowing something. Oh. Maybe you want to make a list also of what, in a way, of an everyday thing could help you. Like maybe before you go to bed, you can make a list of what you need to do the next day if you haven't done that already. What are we doing? We're like kind of blocking a little bit. What is that? What's that about? The wolf. Conflict. Okay. As we learn and grow, our tribe learns and grows, right? As we become stronger, we have people in our life that test us, right? To see, right? It's like God's angels comes down. It's like, okay, what do you want to do? Right? Here's an opportunity to clean this up. Here's an opportunity to show your courage, or here's a new tool, right? So again, if something's tough, you can do it. If something's new, you can figure it out. Remember that potential is not reality. There needs to be right, if you give a person a bow and arrow and you send them out into the wild, it looks like a hunter, right? A person has all the tools, but if they haven't practiced, then there isn't necessarily, again, the desire or the want has to be there within each person to want to learn. And I suppose it's always kind of there, but it has to come to this conscious recognition. And because you're you, I guess, remember, if there's other people in your life where you can see their potential, I know, probably every person, you know, you could improve this way, you can improve that way. And this is a beautiful thing because you're meant to help. But you're only, when that comes to those kind of spaces, those are not people to date. Those are not people to live with. Things like this. It's not supposed to be too intimate. It would be like a person in the circle or the person in society, somebody. It doesn't have to be this real tight thing. It'd be like you're there, you give the information to help through your own experiences, and then you go on self-reliance and be like, hey, you know, you would be you would be amazing if you did this. Did you know that? And they're like, huh? And you're like, all right, see you later. Have a good day. Do you know what I mean? You don't keep following them around, like reminding them. Do you know what I'm saying? That's a waste. No. Be on your way. Be on your way, Libra. There's so many other people in the world that you can help. Right? Don't chase the one that doesn't want it. Don't chase the one who doesn't want it. And I also see I guess, regardless of whether male or female, but particularly female, don't chase. Don't chase anything. You're not supposed to chase anything. You want to go towards your own goals and what you want to achieve in a physical way, like creation, things like that. That's different. Internal work, that's different. But when it comes to other people, no. How do you also visualize something about Ireland? You know, it's interesting. These stones, they're actually, I only know that they're in 3 different places. There's one in Ireland, right? I know there's one in Armenia. There's also one, a Stonehenge. There's also a Stonehenge in New Hampshire, in the States. It's really interesting. Perhaps there are more of them. I don't know if they've been just covered, you know, by the earth or water or something now, but I see the difficult thing has already been done. At least at some point, there's some difficult thing that was being dealt with that's no longer difficult. Nope. Winter doesn't bother you. Fear, heights don't bother you. That's what you are, but it's also knowing when to do something. Do you know what I mean? You don't climb a mountainside, when it's winter. You don't climb a mountain in the winter. Maybe you want to close this out. Maybe you want to look at, since you're air, maybe you want to look at a bird that you connect with, and or pay attention when you see migrating birds. Right, because that's about coming and going. And knowing where you need, what direction you need to go so that you are comfortable where you are, right? Now, it's not about running away from the comfortable, the uncomfortable things so that you're always only comfortable. There's still always inclement weather as you're going along, right? But it's about confidence upon that path. And that even if something's tough, you can do it. And even if something's new, you can figure it out. Okay? Hummingbird. I heard it. I couldn't see it. I love you, Libra. Yes, I do. Who loves you? Who's the man that loves you most? What man did you love the most? You know, if you say to yourself, I can't do it, then you won't. I mean, there's still a potential that you could, but it will be a lot slower and rockier, muddier, heavier with that, right? So positive, gentle, warm, earnest, speaking, guidance, right? Allow that. I love you, Libra. I hope you have the best now. I just saw Leo again. Okay. I do thank you so much. And I do hope this was of service. Gemini in this time, right? So this is a time of two minds. So I suppose this is also a time to be consciously aware of where you're at, right? Where you stand. Then you can combine with others and come up with compromises if necessary, right? And I see whatever you're looking for, you found it. I mean, you find it. When's the last time you went on a little, like, journey by yourself, too? To a new place. Do you know what I mean? And I heard it's been really nice knowing you. Scorpio and Leo will be of service, okay? Thank you again. I feel like we could keep going. It's Sunday, so there's a roll of energy, but... Oh, you're so sweet, Libra. Thanks for making the world a better place. Hope you're feeling good, too, Mona. Alright. I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks for your support, wherever it is. And I'm really glad we found one another. Peace out.